Hello, Algebra 2 students. For Mr. Fry, I'm looking at the 6-2A solving systems by substitution isolated problems. It's posted now, but it's not due until the 11th, Friday. So make sure you understand this. Just go through it, think about it. Let me walk you through some of these problems. I'll do the odd ones, and I'll show you the last one, how to set it up. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute my x value in for x, and then solve for y. I was given my x value, and there's my y value as I substituted it in. I just subtracted 5 from both sides, and I get a y equals 7. This one, y equals 5, so I substitute the 5 in for y, and then I solve for x, and I get 4, and I already know what my y is. My y is 5, so the solution would be 4, 5. That's going to be the point at which these two lines, if I was to draw these on a graph, this is where they intersect. That's what all that means. For number 5, it gets a little more complicated. I'm going to substitute in for y the negative 3x. I'm going to plug that in right here. So I have x plus y, which is negative 3x, equals 4. So this adding a negative just becomes minus. I end up putting my x and my negative 3x together to get negative 2x. That's a positive and 3 negatives. So that becomes negative 2. I divide both sides by negative 2, and 4 divided by negative 2 is negative 2, so my x value is negative 2. I go ahead and plug in this negative 2 here to figure out what my y is. So I plug in my negative 2. Negative 3 times negative 2 gives me 6. I could plug it in here too if I want. I could put in negative 2. And then if I were to add 2 to both sides, notice 4 plus 2 would be 6. You'd get the same answer. It's just, easier to do it this way. So my solution is negative 2, 6. Then you have, for number 7, I'm substituting negative 2y in for x. I solve for y. I plug in my y value. I could do either. I chose this one. I plug in negative 3 here. Negative 2 times negative 3 is 6. So my x value is 6. My y value is negative 3. For number 9. And you could pause this and slow this down as much as possible because I know I'm going through it rather quickly. My y value is negative 3x. I plug that in for my y right here. I solve for x, I get negative 2. You can see how I work that out. Now that I know my x is negative 2, I plug that in for my x to figure out what my y is. It's negative 3 times negative 2 once again, and it is 6. So I have negative 2, 6 as my answer for number 9. For number 11, we have where y equals this and y equals that. So these two are going to be equal to each other. So I can solve for x, and I get 1. I could choose either one of these. And I plug in a 1, you're going to get the same answer. I chose the first one, and I end up getting negative 2 as being my y. So your answer is going to be 1, negative 2. Number 13. I'm given my y value as x minus 4. So where I see y down here, I put in x minus 4. And then I just work the problem out, use the distributive property, combine my like terms, isolate the x, the variable, and I get x equals 4. Now I know that x equals 4. I plug it back in for my x value. 4 minus 4 equals 0. So y equals that. Y equals 0. So my solution is 4, 0. 15, I started it off wrong, and then I corrected myself. I have negative 2 times the value of x. X equals y minus 4, it says up here. So I plug that in for x. So I have nothing but y's. I'm just dealing with y's here. Now I combine my like terms, isolate the variable, and I get y equals negative 2. I plug in my negative 2 up here. Negative 2 minus 4 gives me negative 6. And you can see me working it out here. In order for you to set up number 16, I have my 2x plus 4y. They're not telling you that it would be worth 100 points, and that's unfortunate because that's a big help. And then, when you solve for this, you're going to get your x value. If you get your x value by itself, or you could get the y value, either way you're going to get the answer. But I went ahead and set it up this way where my x value is going to equal 35 minus y. So when you get your x up here, do 2, so we set it up like this, 2 times 35 minus y plus 4y is going to equal 100. That's supposed to be a 100 there. Kind of moved on me. And then go ahead and work that out, solve for y. That's actually going to be the number of 4 pointers that you have on that test. Hopefully this helps. If you need more help on this, once again, it's not due till Friday, so zoom in on me. I'm here waiting.